Okay, today is 6:32 a.m. The date is July 4th, 2026, and yeah, let's get started with today's video. All right, so after a lot of debilitating and a lot of concern regarding my um own safety, it's like I found another groove and like I've found my way back onto recording these videos again. Yesterday wasn't particularly a good day, but it wound up leading to this day, so I think it was all worth it. So yeah, I actually think so. I actually think that um, the day leading up to today was a bit challenging, but I made it to today, so that's all I'm trying to say is that's a good morning and it's a good time to ruin craft right now. I recently got I just got a sailing level from my beekeeper lamp, and I don't know. Um, so yeah. So now we're just rune crafting now. I was woodcutting prior to this. Just wanted to talk about talk about a few things that have been on my mind lately, and talk about some other things that I may or may not have like glanced over and stuff. But you know how it goes. You know how it goes. If you found this video, welcome. I do video commentaries that I may or may not edit in the near future, but have will upload nonetheless about RuneScape and talk about my various aspects of life, kind of like in a long form, general standard um, setting. Um, kind of like in an informal conversational standpoint, or standpoint, like how. Yeah, so these are the videos that I've been making so far. I've just been recording myself and haven't yet put in the time to edit, although I probably should. So again, with the may or may not thing, but I'm just here to like, chill, have a good time and share my daily musings about life with you. Um, I try to do this daily. I mean, I've been slacking, like really heavily slacking, but I've been working. I've been working. I've been trying to find a workflow, an optimal workflow that I can adapt to. This workflow that I have right now going on for me is really, really freaking good. And it's holy moly. It's like all of this like has just, you know, kind of like this entire like vibe of like not being able to like overcome some kind of block in order to continue this workflow that I have got going on. Really is just a uh, something a bit of a I don't know what I'm trying to say at this point. I'm just trying to ramble, but um regardless, I think I'll just continue rune crafting for now. I'm listening to some pretty cool music. Um, don't know if I should exactly give them a shout out, but yeah, I'm clocked in. I'm just chilling right now. I've yet to put a fridge cam yet because I don't think I will. Again, probably wouldn't. Don't worry about fridge for now. Fridge is probably just chilling anyways. She's probably in her house right now. So you know, it is early in the morning as well. So I excuse my excuse my distraction with fridge as I continue to Runecraft here today, this morning. I've always kind of wondered how, people like kind of like to, how people like me like wind up just like talking on the internet and stuff. And I guess it's a lot of things actually just culminated into one, because like I've watched YouTube videos, which is technically considered like alternative media for like all my life. And literally like going through that entire phase of like having to watch YouTube videos and shit, really got me into this groove of like finding a workflow online that works with my schedule. And goodness, like is it really such a blessing to be able to like, I don't know, celebrate this kind of stuff and continue what I like doing. And it's not to say that there there's some patches that need patching up, because like obviously I'll need to find a way to sustain, my workflow, my energy level in order to continue doing this. And yeah, it's a bit of a challenge to be able to like maintain this kind of like posture and composure, because like I also have to like also juggle this with work and IRL work and stuff, because right now I'm just part-timing, which is unfortunate, but it is a reality that I can handle at the moment. And yeah, that's kind of like the big picture things that have been on my mind, is just being able to like juggle these things very like somewhat well. And it's really awesome. It's really awesome to hear that, because I or say that out loud rather, excuse me. I'm not talking to some like voice in my head, but um it's just like it's just like being able to like focus and hone in on whatever that has been happening to me in my life, and being able to understand that it's okay to entirely just move on. I and there's solace in knowing that I can eventually complete tasks that I've been set out to do, and tasks that essentially need my attention in some form or in some way or another. And it comes back to the YouTube thing. When I say I've been watching YouTube videos all my life, I say that with the intent to eventually, produce content. And this is exactly how I'm getting started, and producing content in a way that understands, I guess, the bylaws of like, I don't know what I mean by that, but like the bylaws, regarding like a terms of service and renewing a contract, an informal or more like a formal contract about like, being on YouTube and stuff. And 'cause that's all YouTube is, and all these online platforms are, is that we're like agreeing to a terms of service and a privacy policy every time we sign into a platform, right? Every time we visit a website, we're giving them some data tracking privileges to websites that ultimately like to you know construct an image and an overall picture of ourselves. And we don't know what they do with the data. They just probably just interact with each other automatically. I don't know. That's what I would think. I don't think, unless there's like a glaring flag, a glaring like flag or a ticket, just like representing just some kind of misuse with the system, is like probably going to like not going to bode well for like the user, but like then again, like privacy is also a fundamental human right, and I think that's a lot of that's a lot of jargon that I just threw out. I know, but it's not like I'm a specialist in this stuff, but it is certainly something to be wary of is that we renew our contract every time we return to a service. And that's what I was thinking about when I was actually deleting my Facebook. That I left that part out. Um, yeah, so I left that part out about deleting my Facebook. Facebook had become overwhelming to me to a point to where like I could not focus. I could not focus, and like immediately when I like turned it off, switched on my workflow, I immediately felt better. I don't know if it's me just needing some time away from Facebook or forgetting that it serves a purpose in our society, but like understanding like my whereabouts all the time with Facebook is like a little bit overwhelming. So it's just like stuff like that that really like kind of like gets me going. Is like like oops. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that gets me going is like like the understanding of like foreign concepts and new concepts and like getting them into my state of mind that I like enjoy and really like to really like to like form connections in between like the certain two collaborators, which is me, the user, and the medium, which is for in this use case fucking YouTube. So I'm also using other platforms that require certain privileges as well, with like OBS, which is the recording software that I use, and I think it's got certain policies. I'll have to look into like the distinction between like open source and like like publicly like available like information that like includes YouTube and stuff. Because like open broadcasting software, which is what OBS stands for, is essentially an open source program that essentially lives off of donations, generous donations, and like is honestly a key contributor to like my growth and my content creation, along with many others. Open broadcasting software is just I don't know. I could be speaking on my ass there, but like I understand like maybe a little bit out of my league, but maybe a little bit out of my workspace, but it's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. I might have to edit some parts of this video, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. All right. What the hell have I got going on? I've been taking a step back from the Blue Button account because I've been needing to recollect myself and kind of like understand what the hell's been going on with me and myself and like myself like I guess with like in terms of like I guess mental with my mental health and stuff. So I'm focusing on that and tying that within my spiritual self, and it's been making wonders with like the way like I would with the way like I like to align with reality and like with the universe and stuff, and it's how the magic really like starts to form is once when you recognize those synchronicities. Once you recognize those synchronicities, it becomes more apparent to me that I understand that my path in the world is like somewhat a derivative of like many others, but it's also a culmination of those realities as well. And it's not to say that magic is like slowly seeping away from me. No, it's flowing into and it's reverberating around me as well. And it's just the vibes that, really contribute to like the amounting of the this energy, this I gotta take a step back and realize that there's something else going on within me that is calling for some sort of a, dare I say, revival. That's always run itself as a religious platform to me, religious jargon to me. But regardless, it is somewhat spiritual. I think it's spiritual, but I'm not here to have an argument. I'm here to like connect. I'm here to de-escalate. I'm here to ease tensions. And at that point, it's just like that's what brings people back. It brings me back everywhere I go. It's just like the vibrations. It's quite literally the vibes, the wavelengths, the frequencies, and whatnot. And it's absolutely something like it's something I can like look to without such a gargantuan fucking like perspective. But regardless, it's seems to be some kind of like it seems to be some sort of like hoax in my head that's playing itself over and over, but to the point to where it becomes my functional reality. And it's immense, and it's immensely powerful, this power that I have. And goodness, like, doesn't, does it like connect? It connects, but only to a point. Only to good morning to everyone. Good fucking morning. Good morning, man. Good morning. It's a good morning. Ready to go. Ready for the whatever the world has planned for me. And I'm ready to provide my services to whoever who needs me presence. And it's really good taking a step back and understanding my functional role in the path I'm on. And it's like truly, like it's like finding like keys to like some other dimension. And it's like, bro, it's like fun. It's fun to talk like this, but like goodness, like can I like escape even more? Like it goes. But it my talent like mostly derives from like some culture that kind of has become more mainstream in recent time. And and it's like it's like hey, what's good? And like hey, like oh my goodness, I'm doing this thing. And like I don't know, it's funny though, it's funny at times. But I've got to like also like I've got to also like focus on my own thing. goodness, like has negativity like really reached my inner psyche recently, and has it really like become some sort of like perspective that I need to like gain, is like understanding the realities of negativity and negative vibrations. But it's okay. It's okay. There's truly some negativity out there, and I I understand those negativities will come through me one way or another. But with the way that the light passes through violently through our tunnels and stuff, our your our our through our neurons, like the way energy passes through our like brain cells and stuff. It's just like it becomes like some sort of like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, like I'm just saying that, and what I'm trying to say is that the frequencies may be disturbed at times. The frequencies may be disturbed at times, but most of the time, I don't even mind. I don't even mind like the negative frequencies, because they'll just pass through my mind and I'll just send it over to the next person. You know what I mean? Because they always come to me. They always find their way, the negative vibrations. But when those negative vibrations come through to my head and really start to affect me, I begin to understand that I need like an emergency exit in order to change my perspective on the way like I like to like perceive the way I like to perceive, the way that I like to do things, and it's like mostly magical. It's magical, but like, it's not to break through necessarily, but it's to understand that this is the reality that we're a part of. And is it powerful? I absolutely think it is. It is. And it's goodness, like has it become so real to a point to where like we can't stop it, but like it's really rolling, and it's like really like rolling with the punches. Like sure, like there's toughness, or there's white knuckledness, but like white knuckling through things, this is how it's done, I think. We gotta white knuckle through it sometimes, but goodness, like it gets even crazier. It gets even crazier though. It's like I don't know like how to like make sense of it all sometimes, when like I think like there are like talks. There are voices. There are voices, man. Voices. There are voices that explain to me like, okay, this is the dissonance. This is the resonance, and then there's the dissonance. And like then where's like the, I don't know. Dissonance carries largely like a form of matter that kind of manifests itself within a realm of sort of like, goodness, I don't know how to describe it. It's indescribable to me. It's like the conduit in which the dissonance like eventually makes itself prevalent is a difficult way to understand how reality works, in my view. What to to I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But for those creatives out there, for those creatives out there who really like want some like some sort of like I don't know. I don't know. But like it's so difficult for me to like it's difficult. But that's what makes it encouraging is that, it's a difficult challenge that we know that is already possible and that we are challenging, some sort of like demand in order to I don't know. I don't know. Just going with the beat at this point, but nah. But it's good. It's good though. It's good. It's good. For sure. It's good. Um, but goodness. Wow, this was a really good morning. It's oh my goodness. I I needed this for sure. This was like a very, very well intended conversation that I needed to have in a very, very long time. And I'm so excited to share it with you all today. The, the musings my my psyche, the entertaining of the the ducks in my head or the hamster in the wheel, the guinea pig in the cage. It's 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 really quite fascinating as to how much more important it has become to pay attention to not necessarily in a commanding way, but in order to in order to understand what I've been writing down on paper is almost completely almost complete. And goodness, like it's like, bro, like it's it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good though. It's good for sure. Goodness. Like, again, it's the gratitude that I have for you know, the the state of consciousness. The gratitude that I have for the state of consciousness is consciousness, the consciousness of the mind and of it being able to fully express itself in a manner that is not necessarily, retroactive or indicative of like a form of a thought, of a thinking pattern that I don't know that has its own implications, but it's also a part of like conversations inadvertently tying into the weight the weights of the weights of like carrying something big, you know so as we end this conversation today, I would love to see you all in the comments today, uh, in helping me understanding in helping me gaining understanding, continual understanding in this journey. I hope to see you all soon once again. We have one more trip to go. We have one more trip to go. And I will be I'll be back with you again when I return tomorrow. I'll see you again soon. The time is 7:03 a.m. HST. The date is July 4th, 2026, and I hope to see you again all very, very soon. Goodbye.